the confluence of the three rivers, the Ohio, the Allegheny, and the Monongahela. We are here at Pittsburgh's Acrisure Stadium.
Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Pittsburgh Steelers. 2 one-loss teams set to lace it up. This ought to be fun, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. To Harris to begin the drive.
And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down. And not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They run again with Harris. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
The Steelers had 0-1 in the year following the loss in the opener. And listen, they knew last week they were in for a tough fight on the road. But now here's the home opener and a chance to get things right.
And I like the way that you presented that, because the bottom line is they didn't come out of that loss discouraged. They just came home and said, hey, if we do what we're supposed to do, protect our home turf, we'll be just fine.
They run the play fake. Here's Pickett. That's swung out wide to Harris. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
12 yards that time, at a Pittsburgh first.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down.
To the air on first down with Pickett.
And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Throw left side, hauled in by Pickens. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Zero hesitation that time. That was get ball, throw ball.
Yeah, it turned into a smoke route. If you see the coverage off the receiver, doesn't matter whether you call it a run or not. Just take the ball, get it out to him.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Try him with Pickett here on third down.
Dancing to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep, back over the middle. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
George Pickens.
His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Steelers will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
From the end zone comes Chris Claybrooks to return.
Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown. Well, there you go. They gave up a score to start the game, and as quick as they could get it back, they did on the return.
And people talk about this all the time, whether you're coaching it, whether you're trying to work on it, whether you're just trying to put in the minds of your players. Attack back as fast as you can after giving up a score. No quicker way than on a kick return.
as they kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Pickett will look to throw it here. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Well, that was his first target of the game, and it's going to take at least one more target to get him on the board. Took a nice substantial hit to jar that catch loose from him. Incomplete pass.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Now Pickett. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Jaguars are going to take possession of the football.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Now Lawrence on 1st down.
Going down the middle, and it's complete.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
I know this may be jumping the gun a little bit, but 7-7, they're flinging it around like crazy. Look at the drive that's going on here. Partner, we may have to start thinking about one of these defenses just holding someone to a field goal and maybe trying to get an advantage that way.
Throwing now, Lawrence on 1st down. He's got the hook up. It's Chenault on the crossing route. And the Jaguars are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
A snap to Lawrence as he taps this forward.
And he is out of bounds here.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Extra bulk up front for 2nd and inches. 3 tight ends.
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown.
And the Jaguars have taken the lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way, because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards, second down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
On second down, this is Harris. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41.
47 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Now Pickett will look to pass it. Pickens on the slant. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game, because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Pickett now on first down.
Flushed out right.
He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth.
And out of bounds right around the 20. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a second and short.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere. In the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter, because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch.
Here's second and a yard.
Harris running straight ahead. And he stopped immediately there. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
I do know that owners, when they watch their quarterbacks run with the football, they usually hold their breath, because that's the franchise. But when you're getting that kind of a game, hard to argue against calling it.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown.
Connor Hayward,
his first touchdown here of the new campaign.
And the Steelers are an extra point away from drawing level.
Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
Claybrook's going to bring this one out. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And right now, we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on both sides, moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on rookie mode in this one. I mean, we haven't even left the first half, Charles, and we're certainly on pace for a shootout.
An excellent start for both offenses. The fans have to be enjoying this to seeing all these points go up on the board. As a former defender, you know I'm not enjoying this at all. But right now, both these teams just trading haymakers. Let's see if anyone slips up first. Can anyone counter with a nice little jab and get things going in their direction?
Lawrence's throw into the hands of the receiver, Chenault. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he gets it down to the 32. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
On 2nd and 11 now, Lawrence. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that, but that would have been a big play. But he could not pull it in.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. On 3rd down, Lawrence. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 22-yard line. 11 more yards there. This methodical drive continues.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Back to the ground with Etienne. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down.
They'll run with Etienne.
And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal.
A snap to Lawrence as he taps this forward.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
On 3rd and goal, Lawrence.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. From 8 yards out, and the Jaguars have moved out in front. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 21-14.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. This fielded right at the goal line.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
53 yards on the ground for him so far.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
The throw for Claypool is intercepted.
Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
It just appeared there that the defense, they had that read from the moment the ball was snapped. And not only did they get the interception, add a nice return on top of it, all the way into the end zone for a defensive touchdown.
Yeah, and the guy who made the play, he gets the points. But it really was a group effort, wasn't it? How about the coaches? They've got to be so excited. All the preparation, time in the film room, it translated into a big play that put points on the board for their team.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's end.
On it's intercepted. They got Pickett for the 3rd time in this game. Picked up by Andre Cisco. And the Jags are going to take possession of the football. And they'll throw on 1st down with Lawrence.
And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Looking to throw, Lawrence.
Throwing left side, it's complete. Touchdown, Jaguars. A great effort there with his second touchdown here in this first half.
And the Jaguars will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Taking it about the 1. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
On 2nd and 10. Pickett. They'll roll him out right. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
First and 10, here's Pickett.
And the Jags get to him as down he goes. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20.
Looking to throw, Pickett. This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Jaguars out on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in this second half.
This taken in at the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop him. It's like,
and he fires one that's intercepted.
And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football.
Not the way you envision things to start out the 3rd quarter. 1 play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
A 7-yard pickup.
A run with Harris out of the shotgun. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Now whistles here before the snap, and it looks like one of the Steelers may have moved. And a manageable 3rd down becomes a lot less manageable. 3rd and 7 after the false start.
Back to throw, Pickett.
Oh, throw. The ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Going for it on 4th down. Here's Pickett. He's got a man open. It's Chase Claypool.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 4th down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field.
Let's go.
Now a 1st down carry for Harris. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Pickett sets up play action. That throw finds Pickens in the end zone. Touchdown Steelers.
A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Steelers get a bit closer.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will be cut down to 14. Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away.
Fields it right around the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
That was a pretty good job defensively to hold them to a 2-yard run, but I've got to think this offensive line, they're asking their quarterback for a different type of a run, one that they rely on, one they have confidence in, one they feel like they can block.
On 2nd down, ETN once more.
Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
Out of the gun, it's Lawrence.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down.
There's your co-NFL record holder, T.J. Watt, doing what he does best, terrorizing quarterbacks. The Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away.
Fielded just inside the 20. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset and play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Pickett to throw on 1st down. He's got his tight end Freiermuth over the middle.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
I tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
On the give, this is Harris. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
80 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling the back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort, turn it into a successful play.
Finding Harris on back-to-back plays. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy on the flat.
And so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw and a good one.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Eighth play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on third down.
Here's Pickett.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Pickett, fourth down, desperation time.
The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on fourth down. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. Well, their first fourth down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any fourth down stop is a big momentum play.
On first down, Lawrence.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
8 yards on the pickup.
Only needing 2 yards on second down. Throwing quickly, this is caught by Kirk.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
Lawrence finding Kirk there for the Jaguar first.
They'll motion the tight end across the formation.
A give to Etienne running right.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he's going to get this down near the 25.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the fourth quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage, because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands they're going to get additional guys running at the quarterback.
And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Tackle made by Montrevious Adams. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
He'll head out of bounds inside the 10, mark him down at the 9. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be second and goal.
As long as you've been the air attack has gotten them down here, but now is where you start to lean on that running game. That's a good pickup there on first and goal.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, third and goal. Here's Lawrence. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. A great effort there. His third touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Jaguars have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Taking it about the 1. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
On 1st and 10, it's Pickett. That's complete to his tight end, Freiermuth.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
To the air on 1st down with Pickett.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
To throw again on 2nd down.
Pickett. He'll get that complete to Hunter Bryant, the tight end.
And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 down at the 31.
Dialing up another pass here. Pickett.
He gets it complete to Harris. And he is going to lose yardage here.
Now 2nd and 11 from the 32. Pickett back to throw.
And he fires one incomplete. Well, I kind of got to give him credit. Another incompletion there, yes, but he's still trying to make plays outside the pocket.
Yeah, he's been hemmed in for much of the game. How about him getting outside there? And that's what you want to see from your quarterback. He's not giving up on this game, so every other player on the field has to say to himself, I can't give up either.
They'll throw again with Pickett. And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown, and frankly, that should have been another pick right there. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, Jaguars. Christian Kirk, 68 yards.
And the Jaguars up the lead to 4 scores now here in this 4th quarter.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll increase their lead to 28.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line.
Now a hit and a loose football. And the Jags grab it. And down inside the red zone at the 19-yard line.
As that ball got away from him and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And the pass is intercepted. He was looking for Ingram. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. 30, 10, 5, and he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown.
Well, part of this defense now with multiple interceptions in this game, but this time they say turnabout is fair play because, remember, they had a pick 6 on the other side, and now they get a pick 6 of their own.
Yeah, they actually added to some of their nice play throughout this ball game. A good effort by them to secure another interception on this one. A better effort to take it all the way back for 6. And how about an exceptional effort to match their opposition's pick 6 from earlier in this game?
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Tyson Campbell.
He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10, 5, and he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And the Jaguars are going to cover this one up. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw here taken in by Ingram.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville.
Things looking much rosier for him here in week 2. They work with the lead as they've got it 1st and 10.
Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
Throwing again here. It's Lawrence.
That's going to be caught by Kirk. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Things are rocking easy here in the fourth quarter. They've got to feel pretty good about this one. Actually, they've got to feel excellent. Tough loss in the opener. No way they wanted to go 0-2.
I don't want to read too much into it, but psychologically, is there something much bigger about 0-2 than 0-1?
Oh, without a doubt. And here's the biggest one. Guys like you and me, all the media, are going to talk about, well, you know how hard it is to make the playoffs when you start 0-2, and that starts to work its way through a team.
And now they're working towards 1-1.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They hand this off to Harris. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Throwing on 3rd down. Here's Pickett. Open man. That's the tight end Freiermuth.
Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock.
Pickett now on 1st down.
He's going to let it fly. And oh, it'll be intercepted.
And the Jaguars are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road and help seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And completes it to Kirk over the middle. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance, that they're going to cherish.
So for Jacksonville, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Buffalo to take on the Bills. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, they'll drop to 0-2, and they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take on the Cardinals.